Probably one of the #1 questions on players' minds at this point is, how do I buy a boat? And, well, how do they drive? So, with Highlands Fishing, we now have 2 shops. We have our vehicle shop, and we have our boat dealership. And, as one would expect, the boat dealership can be found down at the docks. So let's go ahead and pull up the PDA, and you'll see where I am with respect to the docks. So we have our fish market, and we start out with a forklift here at the fish market. And if we basically walk directly towards the castle down by the water, we're going to come to our boat dealership icon. From here, we're going to hit R on our keyboard, and we have the choice of buying a cargo vessel or a sport boat. Now, do note that there is some transport fees associated with purchasing either of these, and if we want to buy the cargo vessel, we'll just hit buy, and, well, the boat spawns here floating on the water. Same thing, if we want to buy our sport boat, we just hit buy, and, well, the sport boat appears here right beside it. I've already got another sport boat parked over here alongside the dock. To get in the boat, well, we're just going to kind of jump over here, and we can hit E to enter the boat, or of course we can just click on the boat and hit enter, or we could tab to the boat. Now, once we get in the boat, of course, we will start our motor and do all of that fun stuff, and we'll drive just like we would normally. Really neat animations. We've got our outboard motors here, churning up the water. Turn left and right. And if we let go, well, we still have our forward momentum, so we're coasting. At this point, steering does nothing to very little, so we have to be under power to steer. And while we're out on the water, we can hit E to exit the driving position of the boat, puts us around here back. And if we had a fishing pole, we could extend that out and go fishing. But more on fishing a little bit later. Now, I will admit, parking these boats is a little bit of an issue. I found the best way to park the boat is to come at the dock as straight as possible and, well, as slow as possible. Give you a little bit of forward momentum, trying to get lined up. And as we get closer and closer, we're going to just kind of reverse, kill our momentum. We want to be careful if we get too close. The boat will want to kind of tip to the side, kind of like it is there. So be very careful with respect to how we are kind of pulling alongside the dock, but it is recoverable. Well, there we go. Now let's get into our big cargo vessel. Driving this is very, very similar. Keyboard, WASD. To go forward, just like one would expect, our big cargo vessel does take a fair bit of momentum to get moving, and will have a fair bit of momentum, of course, to slow down. Steer it just the same way. And we now also have access to a crane arm. We unfold that with X on the keyboard. So left mouse button up and down, left and right. We'll rotate the crane. right mouse button, left and right will extend and retract the crane. Up and down will raise and lower the outer arm, and left and right mouse button will kind of fold it back up, or lower our loading ramp. So up and down we'll move the loading ramp, and of course X folds and unfolds the crane. Our cargo vessel does have a fair bit of maneuverability. See, we can pretty much rotate this thing. Again, we want to be very careful once we get around to docking our cargo vessel. Now I'm going ahead and taking the liberty of docking our cargo vessel here at the dock so that we can use it to load up fish food later on in another video. But I just thought I'd do a real quick video showing you how you could purchase your boats over here at the dock dealership. And then once you purchase those, basically what was involved in driving them around. And then ultimately you're going to need to dock them at some point, and some of the concerns and considerations to have with respect to docking. Now, I find boats are a bit tedious to drive as they are in real life, because as they are in real life, once you start getting moving on the water, you cut power, you're still going to be moving. So to slow down, you kind of have to reverse and slow yourself down that way. But if you reverse too much, then you start going backwards. So it's all about maintaining your momentum and canceling your momentum at the right times in order to properly navigate and ultimately to dock your boats in a nice fashion such that you'll be able to load and unload them in the future, or in this case, get in and out of your boat without getting all wet. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below with respect to Highlands Fishing and, well, being able to buy boats down at the dock and drive them around. What do you wish Giants would implement with respect to boating? And hopefully we'll see that implemented in the future, or maybe modders can pick up and advance things based on the game. It's yet to be seen what is going to be exposed to modders through the game itself and what is locked behind DRM with respect to the DLC. Until next time, happy farming.